Howdy. First and foremost, I'm going to say all praises go to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, yahawahshai, Ba'ashem, B'kakwadash, giving all respect to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, yahawahshai, Ba'ashem, B'kakwadash, the great Ali Shaiter of Israel, the great I am, the possessor of heaven and earth, the spirits of heaven and earth, giving much love to his only begotten Son, yahawahshai, the Adonai, the Hamashiach, the light of this world, my Redeemer, my Comforter, and my salvation. And only one that plead his blood over Israel, the only nation granted for a salvation. Giving much double honors to Great Millstone, Apostle Har, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramla, Apostle Gabar, the head dog of Great Millstone. Much love to them, much honor to the elders. They are Yahawah's chosen camp. They are the chosen. And much love to them because they worked around the clock to let us know these things that are coming into place, and they still doing it to the max, making sure that we know everything, making sure that we're not in the dark, and when all is said and done, you were told. And keep this knowledge free as a treasure. Thank you, Great Millstone. Double honors to them brothers that's working around the clock, making sure we know everything that we need to know before these things happen. Not only getting us to God, but preparing us for these dark times ahead of us. Much respect to the Akim, the strong men that's in the word, even though you may not be from a camp. You follow Great Millstone, and you go to the highways and byways, and you do the work at home. Shalom to you brothers. You brothers is also going hard to the best of your abilities, to the best that you can do, because not all of us got that endurance like GMS do, but we strive to be like them. But the Most High might, for a lot of us brothers, the Most High put that spirit to endure, but we got our own lives, so shalom to the brothers that at least is putting in, work and doing the best that they can to show Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai that they love him. Shalom to the Akim, very few women out there. It's not too many of you women out there that are beautiful and virtuous, but shalom to you beautiful women. And whether you got a man or not, you still fear the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawah, and you listen and you learn in silence. Coming back at you with another video through the power and spirit of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai, and this is entitled Dedication to GMS. Thank you, GMS. These are the high prophets that gave me this word. Thank you, prophets. You know what I'm saying? Because they're out there doing the work and they're going so hard to give us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Much respect to Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramla, GMS narrator C7. I don't know his name. I just know the title because I'm always looking at the title, but I need to figure out his name. King Yahawah the Maccabees, or Maccabees, servant of yahawahshai. He may not be from Great Millstone, but I consider him a high-level prophet. You know what I'm saying? And a man of the Lord. So shalom to GMS Yorkshire. Shalom to GMS Birmingham, GMS Las Vegas. Sit down. I do believe that's their title. GMS Los Angeles, and to the rest of the GMS members down and out there. Much respect to you brothers, and I'm gonna get a few accounts of some of the prophets of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai. And thank you of the prophets of old, in the past. You know what I'm saying? That wrote these accounts down. You know what I'm saying? Wrote the Bible. And did everything in their power to get it back to the original people of the Lord, the message. Because a lot of prophets, in the past they were killed. You know what I'm saying? They had to go through major slavery. They seen major calamities. You know what I'm saying? They had the dreams. They had the visions. And Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai greatly favored the prophets that are in this Bible. And the Apocrypha that's a part of the Bible. Shalom to, the ancient prophets. And we can get a couple of accounts, from the ancient prophets of old as well. And the ancient prophets of old they do connect to the prophets from like Alba Bibbins, the one who started One West, and then One West branched out. First he has ICYC or whatever, but the real branch that came out was Great Millstone. So a lot of the prophets that were rolling with Alba Bibbins which is, I do believe he's Elijah. I do believe, if I'm wrong. Um, a lot of them brothers that's rolling with him, you know what I'm saying, they were prophets, you know, like King David and such, Paul, you know. Paul is with us today. Everybody believes that Paul is Apostle Tahar. You know, we don't say it, but the way he carried himself and how much of an austere man and how strong he is and the divine knowledge that he has and the wisdom that he has, you know, he definitely, a lot of the brothers that really deeply study, he definitely had the traits of Apostle Paul, you know. So, but a lot of the prophets that were rolling with Albert Bibbins, you know, some of them were the actual prophets, and they passed on. Some of them passed on already. You know what I'm saying? They did their job they were supposed to do here, and they passed on to the spirit realm. But they left behind a legacy for brothers to carry on, and carry on and carry on. You know what I'm saying? And you know, GMS, they got that torch now. They have the legacy, and they carrying it on and branching out and waking brothers up and doing all. They have powers. You know what I'm saying? They got powers to a degree. They don't have the divine power that they about to get, not at that moment, but they do have a small low level of spiritual power, you know. So I'm gonna get some accounts. Leviticus is a good one, but and these same prophets are the chosen of yahawahshai. So the ones that did pass, they're gonna be raised up, and the ones that didn't die yet, they are the chosen. And we don't know all of the prophets. We only know probably like 2 or 3 that are present. You know, I just know one. You know what I'm saying? And King Marshall, and I do believe he's still alive. Rumor has it he's King David, King Marshall. But the rest of the prophets that are in this book, they are probably either they passed on or they still alive, and they the chosen. They the ones that's meant to survive the end of the world, the calamity. Those of them that are alive, that the ones that the Most High will come and get in the end times. He will come get them. They won't have to die in a nuclear fire, and they will witness the world, and they'll be there, and they will help the world in its great rebirth, you know, when everything is all said and done. So let me get a couple more accounts. Hmm. There it is. This is Exodus chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the back of the desert and came to Mount Horeb, the mountain of Yahawah. And the angel of Yahawah appeared to him in a flame of fire from the midst of the bush. So he looked, and behold, the bush was burning with fire, but the bush was not consumed. Then Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush does not burn." So when the Lord saw that he turned aside to look, Yahawah called to him from the midst of the bush and said, "Moses, Moses." And he said, "Here I am." Then he said, "Do not draw near this place. Take your sandals off your feet, for the ground, for the place where you stand is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am Yahawah of your fathers, Yahawah of Abraham, Yahawah of Isaac, and of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon Yahawah. And Yahawah said, I have surely seen the oppression of my people who are in Egypt, and have heard their cry because of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. So I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up from the land to a good and large land, to a land flowing with milk and honey, to the place where the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites. Now, therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel has come to me, and I have also seen the oppression with which the Egyptians oppressed them. And back then, it's funny how they got and you got to use your imagination. You got to read the Bible the way Yahawah wants you to read it. So, the children of Israel are black, and the Egyptians are black. They just a darker color. They like pitch black, but the children of Israel, they were a dark black as well, but the Most High does refer to them as being a speckled bird. So some of them were they looked like they were mixed, but they were not, but overall, the children of Israel were black, and we were being oppressed in our past life by the Egyptians in our captivity, and because we sinned and we went off, you know what I'm saying? So this is like one of the first accounts, but as from the story goes in the past during the floods and all of that, with the story of Noah, in those accounts, this is not the first time that the children of Israel went off and drew Yahawah to anger. So, a lot of people would read the Bible and they wouldn't have that common sense, wait, Egypt is black, and if Egyptians are black, then the children of Israel are black? Yes, they were. They were dark skinned like us, and they looked like us. And now to this day, we being oppressed the same way that we were back then. And it's strange. Why would they put the Egyptian pyramid on the dollar, and it's the same dollar that the blacks are using? That's because, that is a clue that America is Egypt and we are the Egyptians, and they use the same practices that the Egyptians use on us. So now to this day, Egypt is no longer working, but Africa is a nation. They still a nation. They are mentioned among the 18 nations of the world. So that tells you a lot. It doesn't say, the first nation should be Israel. You know what I'm saying? But we're not among them. We've been blotted out from this history and from this world. So a lot of people would find it far-fetched for us to say that we are the children of Israel. That's insane. The curses fit and the history does fit. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much for it not to fit. Or the Bible was made by white people or whatever. Actually, no, the Bible wasn't created by white people. It was created by Yahawah and his prophets. First, in the true form of the Bible would tell you the exact truth, but we don't have the oldest form of the Bible. The white people do. They confiscate it and put it in vaults and seal it up, whatever. But they do have the original scrolls of the Bible that is in the Hebrew that will tell you exactly what it is. But over time, when the white man had discovered the truth, he coded it. So the Bible is coded. You got Hebrew, and then you have Greek, and then you have English. It's triple coded. And not only that, the words, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to use the dictionary, Blue Letter Bible. I forgot. It's another Bible. No, it's another book that the prophets used to break down definitions, because you got to find sometimes the up-to-date dictionaries, they update, so they give it a new definition every now and then, so you got to go backwards, in order to find certain definitions for the words, so words are very powerful. A lot of people, you know, their imagination is, based off words. Whatever you tell them, that's what they'll think and they'll do. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a deception. It's all a deception. And the white man had recoded the Bible. He didn't create it, he recoded it. And it's real deep and it's real, like, powerful. You know what I'm saying? So, for you to understand that, the you got to understand that the Bible has been here long before the white man was even around. Like, the Bible been around for a while, a long time. So it's just like, okay, for people to say that, that's stupid. You really need to study. Like, that's strange how the words that you would look up, and certain words that you look up and you look into the right definition, they will have different meanings. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, damn, I didn't know that word meant that in another language. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that word meant that. I thought this was the right definition. I thought that can't be the definition, but it is. And then have different translations. So, I just wanted to put you onto that and be aware of that, because really right now, the Bible is a snare too. So it's going to catch people in their lie and catch people in their deception and catch them off guard in their non-belief. That's what it's designed for. So it's designed to look like, over time people would created the book to guide mankind, or however, or the white man made it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't trust it. No, it was. You better be careful playing with that, because that's exactly how God designed the book. He didn't say he was going to save everybody. He said he was going to save a remnant, meaning that only a few of us would understand. So, I just wanted to get to that, It says, now, therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel has come to me, and I have also seen the oppression with which the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now, therefore, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. But Moses said to Yahawah, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? So he said, I will certainly be with you. And this shall be a sign to you that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you shall serve Yahawah on this mountain. Then Moses said to Yahawah, indeed, when I come to the children of Israel and say to them, Yahawah of your fathers, the God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? And Yahawah said to Moses, I am who I am. But it's actually saying, I am Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawahshai in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. The I am is in there, so that's a trip. Why they put that in capitals. You're supposed to have a mental mind and be able to look up and research and seek this shit out, because it's very important. The I am who I am, it actually transfers to Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawahshai. I exist, I am salvation, So, hey, there's some people that don't know how to study, because the prophets, thank the prophets. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't understand this book at all. But they broke it down properly, and they broke it down so easily and with precision, it made us look stupid. Those of us that thought we knew something, you don't know nothing. But, that's what they're there for, to allow us to see clearly, It says, and he said, thus you shall say to the children of Israel, I am, Yahawah has sent me to you. Moreover, Yahawah said to Moses, thus you shall say to the children of Israel, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. Now, why would he say that? You know what I'm saying? Like that. Because it's a lot of gods. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High had to, actually no, Yahawah of Jacob, Yahawah of, it can say that, so he actually blatantly puts his name out there. Let me take that, scratch that, let me take that back. He blatantly puts his name out there and makes that statement. So it says, this is my name forever, and this is my memorial to all generations. Go and gather the elders of Israel together, and say to them, yahawahshai, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, appeared to me, saying, I have surely visited you and seen what it is done to you in Egypt. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt to the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, to a land flowing with milk and honey. They will heed your voice, and you shall come. And you and the elders of Israel, the king of Egypt, and you shall say to them, yahawahshai, the God of the Hebrews, has met with us. And now please let us go 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God. But I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go, no, not even by a mighty hand. So I will stretch out my hand and strike Egypt with all my wonders, with which I will do in its midst. And after that, he will let you go. That's because in the story, he wanted to punish Pharaoh. He made his heart harden like that because he wanted to destroy his people, and he wanted to make his nation pay. So what a lot of people don't understand about, the slavery and all that is that it's a duality. It was meant for it to happen, and at the same time, the payment is coming like, it was meant to happen, and it's almost time for them to pay for what they've done. Pay for what had happened. Pay for their wickedness. Everything has a price, even to the Lord. Nothing is free. So when the white man had took us and put us into slavery, it was for his benefit, but it was also to his destruction. So, what actually supports him happens to be his Achilles heel. That's the truth, and without us, he will fall. So that's some shit in itself, but because Israel represents America, so you gotta understand the plot that Yahawah got it set up on, just like the Tower of Babylon represents America, so they stacked they shit all the way up into the heavens, and the Most High sent angels down there to blow a hideous wind, and the wind was so, I'm talking about gale force wind, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about outer space wind, like, because he said he sent a horrible wind to knock the great tower down, and it was a big ass, fat ass tower, and all the world's people at that time for the Tower of Babylon, the Tower of Babel, they were building that tower. And they were building it, and it reached all the way up into the heavens. That's how fat that tower was, man. The shit was reaching into the stratosphere. You know what I'm saying? It was fucking huge. It was huge in the story. So the Most High said, I sent a hideous wind, or a very powerful wind, to knock the great Tower of Babylon down. So, that's the same thing with America. They building out to their height, and when they get to their highest point, that's when the Lord is going to knock them down and destroy them. But, people need to study. People got to understand. But, a lot of people won't be able to get this. But it's pretty simple, thanks to the prophets. This story is I'm really trying to stay on point with Moses. But it's always a lesson within a lesson. And, Moses happened to be one of the chosen. I'm going to make this a part 1 of the prophets, dedication to the prophets. It might be a part 2 and a part 3 as well. But, you got to be with a little precision, and you got to hit them points. And I got to go out to the highways and byways for sure tomorrow. I'm just rebalancing everything. I got my teeth pulled out and shit, so it kind of put me out of commission for a little bit. And got to make up a little bit and get back on track, and that's that. But I like this, And I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, and it shall be when you go that you shall not go empty-handed, but every woman shall ask of her neighbor, namely of her who dwells near her house, articles of silver, articles of gold, and clothing. You shall put them on your sons and on your daughters, so you shall plunder the Egyptians. And that's exactly what they did. Then Moses answered and said, but suppose they will not listen No, they will not believe me or listen to my voice. Suppose they say, the Lord has not appeared to you. Thus the Lord said to him, what is in your right hand? And this is powerful too. He said, a rod. And he said, cast it on the ground. So he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from it. Then Yahawah said to Moses, reach out your hand and take it by the tail. And he reached out his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand. He started giving them spiritual powers. So it says, that they may believe that Yahawah yahawahshai, their father, is the God. That's how powerful creation is. That's how powerful Yahawah yahawahshai is. Like, very, very powerful. That is a perfect example. He made the snake turn into a rod. You know what I'm saying? He can turn the earth, the hardcore ground, into water, you know? Because everything comes from the mind of Yahawah yahawahshai. And we not truly understanding or have the phantom. We only know a small fragment of just how powerful God is. Like, a lot of people don't really understand. I'm sure that a lot of us never will. We never will. We never, ever will. That's why the Lord tells us his intentions. You know what I'm saying? He gives us that little fragment, you know what I'm saying? The thoughts that are in his mind, you know? So right now, you know, this Bible and the message that the prophets bring is in the mind of the Lord. This is what he feels. This is how he feels. You know what I'm saying? But is at the same time, it's far-fetched to what the true mind of Yahawah yahawahshai is. It's unfathomable. Like, damn, like it's hard to even think about it. That's how powerful the mind of the Lord is. It's just beyond us, you know. And you know, white man, he strives to get to that level. He strives to try to understand God, you know what I'm saying? And why is he so mysterious? Why does he conceal himself? Why is he all the way up there and not down here? Why does he do the things he do? Why does he create war? Why is there death? Why is there these spirits? Why is these other interdimensions? You know what I'm saying? Because I do believe that exists, but those are the mysterious things of Yahawah yahawahshai. Why does he make planets that are not inhabited? Why is there so many stars beyond count? You know what I'm saying? Why are these things existing, and what is the true intention of God? You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people will know, but they'll never know. They'll never know, and we'll never understand, you know. So, but you know, the children of Israel, we gonna understand, because we'll be a part of Yahawah yahawahshai. So, you know, when the kingdom come, we gonna get those powers. You know what I'm saying? And and then the Most High said, I will write my instructions in your heart. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be born with a little piece of Yahawah yahawahshai within you, so you'll be like a part of him fully. Now the rest of the nations and all of them, yeah, they're a part of life, but they're not connected to God. The children of Israel will be reconnected to God and the angels and have the same like mind as God. You know, we'll still have a small degree of free will, but, you know, overall we'll be a part of Yahawah yahawahshai. And that is something that's beyond us, like beyond our imagination, beyond our design. When we start seeing, like right now, the Most High is actually training us, you know, to see what he can see, you know, on a small, you know, scale. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of the things that the prophets do know, like spirituality, you know, physical things, you know, seeing the world, you know, people, their actions, you know, the animals, chemicals, diseases, the atmosphere, the star systems, you know what I'm saying, to like really see that and to really have that understanding, you know what I'm saying, it's like mind blowing. It can shit that, you know, the things that we see and how we can see the spiritual world and the physical world, you know, split apart and then back together again. That's pretty, you know, a lot and hard for us to be able to contain. But when we do get the spiritual powers, you know, and we do return to Yahawah yahawahshai, we'll be able to understand it fully and just be like, damn, like it's simple. it's so simple, but it can become complex. That's how simple it is. No, that's how strange it is. It's so simple that it can become complex if you don't, have an understanding. Because a lot of the things that the Lord has done, and the Lord has said, and the prophecies and the stories that are in this Bible, you know what I'm saying, that take place, it's simple, but it's so compact, with information, it can become complex over time, so it's like an equation. You start with the add, subtract, and you break down the numbers and you break it down to its common denominator or however. But it starts simple, but when you build up with the information, it can become like majorly complex. So I'm gonna close out of this part two with the prophets and all that. Sorry, you go within lesson. You get it. It says of Abraham, the God of Isaac and the God of Jacob has appeared to you. Furthermore, Yahawah said, now put your hand in your bosom. And he put his hand in his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous, like snow. And leprous is that white color. It's the white man, he has a lacking of melanin. Actually, he doesn't have no melanin at all. So that scared Moses when he seen it. Like, oh shit, like my hand is white. Like, what the fuck? Like, his hand was white, and melanin is very special. Like, it was like some sort of disease that he saw, pretty much. So, why would the Lord say that, It says his hand was leprous like snow because Moses was black. So, that's another indicator. And he said, put your hand in your bosom. So he put his hand in his bosom and drew it out of his bosom. And behold, it was restored like his other flesh. He was black again. Like, oh shit, like, okay, cool. It says, then it will be, if they do not believe you, nor heed the message of the first sign, that they may believe the message after the latter sign. And it shall be, if they do not believe these two signs, or listen to your voice, that you shall take water from the river and pour it onto the dry land. The water which you take from the river will become blood. Then Moses said to Yahawah, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither before nor since you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and slow of tongue. So Yahawah said to him, who made man's mouth, or who makes the mute, the deaf, the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, Yahawah? Now therefore go, and I will be with your mouth, and teach you what you shall say. But he said, oh my Lord, please send by the hand of whomever else you may send. He didn't want to do the Lord's bidding, but Yahawah forced him to. So the anger of Yahawah was kindled against Moses. A big ass fire blew out against Moses, and he said, is not Aaron the Levite your brother? I know that he can speak well. It says, and look, he is also coming out to meet you. When he sees you, he will be glad in his heart. Now you shall speak to him and put the words in his mouth, and I will be with your mouth, with his mouth, and I will teach you what you shall do. So he shall speak. There'll be the spokesman to the people, and he himself shall be as a mouth for you, and you shall be to him as God, as me. He made him, so sometimes God will do that, it's a part of your destiny, to be, with the Lord. Some of us is destined to be with him, whether we like it or not. It's a part of our will, you know what I'm saying, to be with yahawahshai. So it's the same thing with the children of Israel. It's their destiny to be with God. No one else has this place, and no one else will ever be like the children of Israel. Now, in our instance, not all of us are going to make it, but some of us, it is a part of our destiny to survive all these things that are happening and to live to see the rebirth of the world. Now, if you're an Israelite and you live to see these events, you live to see the destruction of the world and the end of Esau's reign, and the great nuclear day, and to see it be reborn, then it was your destiny to be with the Lord. That's what I'm talking about. And a lot of us, some of us don't want it, some of us don't want to, but it's already been put in us to do so. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of brothers, you know, some brothers probably didn't want to preach. Some brothers probably didn't want to, you know, be a part of it. But it was something in them that just made them do what they had to do. And that was Yahawah, because the Most High desires who He desires. And that something that we can't stop. If the Most High wants you, He's going to have you. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing that you can do about it. We ain't in control anyway. We're really not. So with that, calling yahawahshai, yahawahshai. This is part one of thank you GMS, Great Millstone, thank you Prophets. And I'll see you on the part two. And I'm going to go out to the highways and byways. I might do the part two there, however it may goes. But shalom and have a good night. And call on Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash, and Yahawahshai. Good night.